The pressure campaign on Senate Republicans is also on. They've been working in a bipartisan fashion for months now to work out some sort of deal with the president, with President Biden on the border and possibly Ukraine funding and a number of other issues. And he does not want that. He thinks that if Joe Biden gets any policy achieved, in particular, if he works with Republicans, so this would be a bipartisan thing, then sure, that might help with the situation at the border and in Ukraine, but it would be seen as a win for Joe Biden, and that can't be had. So he's apparently pressuring the GOP senators behind the scenes to kill the border deal, specifically and explicitly, so that Biden doesn't get a win. And they are apparently not happy about this. There was what they're calling an emotional discussion in a closed door meeting. Remember, some of them have been working for months and they would like to deliver a win for Senate Republicans. Remember, the Republicans are trying to take over the Senate and have a good chance of doing it. They would love to be able to say we actually accomplished something because there's been so few achievements along the way, but that might hurt Donald Trump. And so maybe if they do that, they could see themselves primaried, they could see themselves attacked by Donald Trump. David, what do you think about that?
It's such a great example of Donald Trump puts himself above country literally in every single incident, every single story, every single development. There's Donald Trump saying, of course, we've got this immigration invasion, as Donald Trump and his supporters like to say, and now they have an actual opportunity to do something. I would argue that it's not the invasion they suggest, and that maybe what the Senate is talking about won't have that much of an impact. But okay, some senators, some politicians believe it could actually mitigate the flow of people across the border. Well, if that's how you feel, then why wouldn't you try to do that right now? Don't wait until tomorrow. Do it this very moment if this is such a big threat. And there are some senators who believe that action needs to be taken. So the idea that suddenly, no, we're going to kick the can down the road until maybe Donald Trump wins, not only is this bad policy-wise, because now you're essentially encouraging this policy of whatever's going on the border to continue, it's also bad politically. And I think a lot of Republicans know this, that now the Republicans not only will take ownership of what's going on the border, they will be seen for engaging in the crass political gamesmanship that Americans hate. And so it undermines the ability of Republicans who want to be able to say, hey, Joe Biden's been irresponsible on the border, or there's too many people crossing the border, whatever they want to argue. They can't do that now if it's widely known among the American people that, well, you had an opportunity to do something on a bipartisan basis and you decided, no, you squelched that just because you want to wait 10 months or 11 months until Donald Trump might possibly be in office. Well, what's going to happen over the next year? So yeah. I think there are some Republicans who recognize this is stupid. But there's Mitch McConnell, I guess, changing his view on all this and saying, okay, maybe we're defer to Donald Trump, and it's going to divide the Republican caucus.
We're starting to get, I think, too many potential campaign ads for Joe Biden, but I think this should be one. Like, he is single-handedly trying to stop a border deal that would, from their point of view, from the Republicans' point of view, stop this invasion which, from their point of view, is leading to good white Americans being raped and murdered by migrants. That's what Donald Trump says is happening. That's what the Senate Republican senators say is happening. They're coming across the border, they are raping and killing you. And we don't want to do anything about it because it kind of would help Biden right now. So we're just going to let that happen for another year or so. I mean, that should be devastating to them. We'll see if Biden runs with it. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.